Hello and welcome to Open Philosophy. My name is Wolfgang and I'll be your host. Today I'm going to talk about why I'm here and what I'm doing. By day I'm an electrician. I wire buildings, schools, and shops. I bend conduit, pull copper, set panels, and bring light and power into places where people can live and work. My hands are rough from the job, my knees weak from ladders. But when the current flows, I know the world works a little bit smoother because of the work that I've done. By night, I'm still an electrician. I just on different kinds of circuits. I wire the scaffolding of thought. I bend distinctions instead of conduits. I connect relations instead of circuits. I map patterns instead of blueprints, and I bring current into the places of mind that feel dark or stuck. Why do this? Because I see that people are trapped, not just by work or debt, but by the invisible frames that they live inside. Beliefs they inherited and rules they never chose, loops they don't even know that they're in. Loops like work, home, TV, bed, or create, no feedback, collapse, and nihilism. Round and round, feeding energy into cages that don't even have any bars. I've been caught by these loops myself, and that's why I build tools, not toys just for cleverness, but actual frameworks and practices that work. Cockpits of ideas, operating systems of meaning, navigation instruments for complexity and chaos. They're meant to be acted out, not just admired. This is the spine of my approach with relational knowledge. It begins with a simple realization that nothing stands alone. Every thought, every action, every person, every system is woven into a web of connections. When we pretend things are separate, we draw hard lines where there are only gradients. We cut ourselves from the deeper patterns that shape our lives. We lose touch with others and sometimes even with ourselves. Relational knowledge isn't a doctrine. It isn't just a belief system. It's a practice, a way of moving through the world while staying aware of the threads that bind things together. It asks you to notice how to see, to recognize the lenses that you're wearing, and to explore what happens when you shift them. It's about repairing broken strands and reweaving the nets of meaning, and opening portals between worlds of understanding. Its ethos is pragmatic. If an idea doesn't connect to a life, a moment, or a relationship, it doesn't matter. The goal isn't just cleverness for its own sake, but clarity you can live by. And so I build tools, distinctions, relations, patterns, feedback systems, and cockpits, all pragmatic handles of understanding the world. Because the truth is that the world is too strange, too complex, too alive to be held by a single story. Our nets of meaning collide all the time. My frame clashes with yours and yours with mine. The question isn't how to stop that. The question is how to see the loops that you're in, how to decompose them and recompose them into something better. And that's what this channel is for. This is my work pad and my transmission lens. I've spent too long building tools in my own head, without community, without feedback. Time to get these tools out into the weather and see what holds. What you'll see here won't always look the same. Sometimes it'll be a polished script with clean edits. Sometimes it'll just be me walking and talking. Sometimes I'll improvise and trace connections on the fly. It won't be perfect, and it was never meant to be. It's a workshop of meaning, and underneath it all, one current runs steady: practice. However abstract I get, however far into theory or myth I wander, it will always come back to lived experience. If it doesn't change a life, shift a moment, or reshape a relationship, it's a dead wire. My trade taught me that. Thought works the same way. So the aim here is simple: build tools that light something up, tools that give us leverage in the world that can feel empty of hope. Not hope as blind optimism, but hope grounded in practice, in changing how we see, how we act, and how we build together. That's the focus: practice and understanding. Learning to shift the world in accordance with our will, and to bring about a world worth living in. My name is Wolfgang, and I'm an electrician. I am a philosopher, and I am building tools to help us walk between worlds. Now I hope you will join me to help turn the power on.